Hello, Foxhole Beginner Guides. This guide is for people who just buy the game or are new to the game. I will make a few parts. The first is how the controls work and how the weapons work and what you can do on your home island and how you start the game in the first place. And the second is a little bit in the game what you can do if you first join in the war zone and what you should how you should behave or what weapons you should take, something like that. First, you must press any button to get to the menu. Then, if you click on play, because I in the game I must choose another server. Play. Use first thing the game wants you to choose a faction. Then you are locked on this faction. If you choose the Colonials, you have a few minutes to change, but then you're stuck to them till the end of the war, which could take a month or two. So if you buy the game with friends and want to be a group, then choose before someone choose the wrong faction. The red faction is not the Wardens and the Colonials. They are similar, they have some difference in some weapons. The Colonials look like Americans and start mostly in the south and can better, for example, can better fight in rain. And the Wardens, they look like World War One French guys, and they are more in the north. Yes, but they are very similar. They are red now because a lot of people choose them, and if area is full of people, you must wait, and that's yeah, then you better take the Colonials because they need more people. And you don't have to wait this long. Back. If you want to, you can change the server. Because I'm on this server, I start on this server. That's the next, because there are so many peoples. They ask me if I want to change the server, but I don't want because I'm on this. So you see some details about the war, how long it goes, how many times I was in this war, 2 days, oh god. How many people are killed in this war. Yes, some basic information. Now you are joined on the home island. If you press M, you see the map. That's how the island look like. You can move to this tent. If you are new in the faction, you can't look and it take a few minutes, then the faction is locked, then you can press E and see the map. Yes, I blow up our own bunker base, or parts of our own bunker base yesterday, and then I can't use weapons, and then I quit. Team, if you make too much team kills or too much damage to a team, you get some restrictions, but I don't know that this was, I think it was an enemy building. If you press E, you see the map. You can't go look in the buildings, what in the inventory is, but you see the whole situation and can decide where you want to fight. For example, you see, oh, we are gaining territory here, I support the attack here, or yesterday the Deadlands was conquered, this area was conquered and we are all over the map here. I help my team to cut them off or make some decisions where you want to play. Yes, that's useful. If you press the button over STRG, I think is caps, the shift button. You see, you run faster. That's your energy. If they are out, you must slow down. That's the real deploy area. Here you can decide where you want to fight. You see all regions are the green available. That says there's not too many people. Here, for example, there are too many people, and you two must leave before you can jump in. A hint, if you join in this area or behind and travel, can build a truck and make some supplies and drive them to the front, you get higher priority than you just go in from the main island. And all the front always needs supplies. If you like a tutorial about how logistics works, I will make one. First, how another thing you can do in this area. What does you can change your skin and your gender if you like, but the models are very. I think this is the my German channel is that it is a similar troll. I think this is the female version, but I don't really can tell. And another, the Wardens always have these long trench coats or these long coats, and you can't it looks like a skirt anyway, so don't care. Go to the weapons training, water vehicles training, basic training. You can press E for everything to interact with. If there are more objects in your surrounding, you can press Shift and E and then decide which one. For example, if they're lying a lot of weapons around, or if they're your truck and a refinery. So, now we are in the area. Shift to sprint, yes. Next, camera. Good, you can always click on the right mouse button and then go around. Middle mouse button, yes, or you can rotate with the middle mouse button. You see a little bit further if you are on this area, if you are this. Especially if you have a weapon. Now I think it's not this important. Yes. If you go, you can set your spawn point with this button. If you come to a new bunker base or new area, always be aware you need shirts in this building to spawn there. If there are no shirts, it's no point to set your spawn there. I hope someone have bring them, but if there are no shirts in your spawn, somewhere behind, that's not good. So, space, you jump, and STRG you can zoom in a little bit, but you can't find in this mode, but it's funny to run around. Yes, I can always climb around these big walls. You press space to go up the ladders, or we see this space. We see you crouch. To go under things. And with X you go on the ground. To have better cover. And be, for example, if there is a small wall, the enemy can't hit you. Press space to climb up. And there is fall damage in the game, but that's not high enough. Ha! We are on the weapons now. Take a gun and some ammunition. And go to the shooting range. You have 3 slots. 1, 2, 3. If you press 1, you can change to your gear or your gun and the fist. You can punch everyone. And press 2, you get your guns or secondary weapon. If you have a rifle, or a big gun, it's in this slot, and 3 grenades or some other item I will show. You have a gun. If you move around, you see this cross. Gets bigger if you are standing still, it gets slower, and you can also crouch, then it gets much slower, but this gun is always very precise. You see this white line end somewhere. That's because the effective range of your weapon is over. You can still shoot, but you don't make you make less damage. You can always shoot and make some damage, but in this case I just can't hit it. One person have around about 600 points. If you press F1, you can see all people in the area. And if you press active lock, you can see what they do. For example, I killed probably 10 men from my own team, and a lot of more enemies, and I make a lot of damage to friendly structures. I capture one enemy vehicle, okay. And you see your statistic what you did this war. Or you can also look what other players did. Headshot. So that's the pistol. In this case it's not important because the weapons anyway get filled up automatic, but normally bring back your used weapons to the next base. So another gun. That's a specialty weapon from the Colonials. It's a little bit like Thompson. You see a big arc if you move, but if you stand still, it's got very small. It always fires a 3-round burst. They have a lot of firepower, but don't at long range it's not the best because you don't hit a lot. It's more a close range weapon for trench fight or night, especially night. You see you have shorter ranges of engagement, then it's a very good weapon. You can also move and fire, but you don't hit a lot. One hint: if you see an enemy, always shoot at him. The enemy get suppression and can't move this fast if you miss him, and all your teammates see that is an enemy and shoot 2 on it. If you want to talk to someone, you can check voice on, and then press T, hello, and then you can talk to everyone. It's integrated in the game if you have a headset. So. Next, there's a sniper rifle, but I don't, not very good at it. So, put it in inventory, press 1, press R for reload. And you see you can't shoot with this gun because you must crouch to shoot. It's a very high range, but take a very long time to aim. And the enemy is moving all the time, so it's very hard to... I can't really use it. It don't make a kill anyway. So, yes, no, I don't have much experience with these weapons. Next weapon. That's a light machine gun. It's look at the Russians have some weapons like this in the World War II with the ammunition above the weapon in this drum. But why care about small machine guns if you can have a big machine gun? So, Press 1, you get a machine gun. R for reload. You can't shoot it in this position, but if you are, for example, in the trench, you can use it standing. Then other way you will have to crouch, and then you can fire and everything. The first rounds are very precise, and then if you hit once, the enemy is suppressed anyway, and then just get shooting and you kill it. It's a very effective, very deadly weapon, but it's expensive if you are totally new to the game. There's just one left. Better let it for another player, because they become angry if you lose your machine gun. And another problem is, you can fire at a long range and high rate of fire, but you can't, if someone comes behind, you can't defend you very well. So you need some people around you to help you a little bit to defend you. This gun can also disable all these pillboxes, this machine gun bunkers, this anti-tank bunker. You can destroy them. And you can also destroy the tier 1 bunker base and garrisons. And another base, if you shoot on them, they get suppressed and get white flags. And you can, for example, shoot with a machine gun on an enemy bunker, suppress it, and then your teammates can move up and throw grenades on it, or blow it up with a charge. Funny. Next weapon. Now we came to the explosives. There are two kinds of rocket launcher. This one there are two more types of grenades, so be careful to choose the right grenade. Put in the inventory, press 1, press R for reload. And then we have the rocket loaded. It's a very high range to shoot. You can destroy enemy emplacements, so bunkers. But it's mostly to destroy enemy tanks. You can also kill enemy people with it, but it's a little bit a waste of ammunition. This is a very expensive weapon too, so bring it back if... In this case it's not necessary, but I do it anyway. That's another anti-tank weapon. It's look a little bit like the German Panzerschreck. And that weapon you can't shoot if you are move or if you are standing. So you must crouch, see, and then you can fire it. It has a bigger range, but you must crouch, and it's much heavier. Yeah, you see this number? If you are over 100%, you are too heavy, and you can move very, very slowly, and you can't run very fast. Easy target for the enemy. Or for example, if you want to take this rocket launcher, you know, always only take 2 rounds. And not a lot of other weapons. It's very specialized. You need, for example, other people to protect you against infantry, or other people who carry extra round with them. but you can make a lot of damage and kill a lot of enemy vehicles and tanks. Next weapon, you need, there are some machine guns or other weapons, you need this tripod. You can press B to build it. Don't care, for example, yeah. And then you need a gun. For example, this. You can't take any more, you can only carry one. Put the gun on. Then you take some rounds. It's similar to, let's use this. You press C and to crouch and Q to go in the gun. You always enter vehicles with Q2. Now you can reload because you have the shells in your inventory. Find a nice target and shoot. Press reload. You can use this gun to defend your base, or if you are more offensive, you can move the gun up near the enemy base and shoot on the enemy base. But it's a little bit dangerous, and you need a small gun team. One take the tripod, one take the gun, and they both take a few rounds, and then another crew who protect you. And also take some rounds and put them wrong ammunition and put them in the gun. For example, if you know enemy tanks are incoming, you can put rounds in all the guns and then come to defend them, or then use them. So, not ready. Press C to go around. Press X to go under. Next part is how the medical equipment works. Space to climb. There's no way. Way around, way around. There are two medical equipments, the blood plasma and trauma kit, and bandages, and the first aid kit. Basic is, if you are hit and you have some blood drop symbol here, you can always use the bandages to heal yourself up. You don't gain your points back, but you're stopping from bleeding and stopping from dying. If you want to help other people, you can take this first aid kit. It's filled with one bandage. It's make 10 called use points or something. And then you can go around and you can't heal this. And you can go around and see people who have some blood drops over them and heal them and get them their points back. That's very, very useful. If you can take the medical uniform to stuff more bandages in one slot. Next is, you see people lying down on the battlefield are deadly critical injured. You need this trauma kit, and then you can run them and click the left mouse button, then you heal them up, but they only don't die then, and you must only heal them again. So you need both all 4 items for the trauma kit, for every rescued person 1 blood, and the bandages more bandages most time, and one first aid kit to use the bandages. Yes, that's how the basics of this game work. Next time I'll show you a little bit in the game what's your first steps if you join in a war zone.